we need to know practical tips on how we can create brands that transcend cultures, markets, and borders. Our next speaker is an author, speaker, and coaching psychologist. Please welcome Sofia Kakava.
How many of you are here because you care about freedom? Raise your hand. Wow, thank you. And how many of you believe that you can do a tiny little bit more to get to that freedom? Raise your hand. Thank you for being honest. My name is Sofia Kakava, and today I am here with you to take you on a journey. Who loves traveling? Who adores traveling?
I do.
Thank you. Me too. That's why I catch 3 airplanes, traveled 30 hours to be here with you today. I came all the way from Asia. And let's start with that. Before I tell you who I am and why I am here in front of you today, let me play this. Before I built the Freedom Office, there was London. At 4 a.m., my alarm would ring. I was waking up to deliver sandwiches to offices I once dreamt of working in. I had done everything right. Moved abroad, studied, worked hard. And yet, something didn't feel aligned. I started asking myself different questions. What would my life look like if I designed it around freedom and not fear? That question changed everything. And when I started building my Freedom Office, everything shifted. My name is Sofia Kakava, and I am your host for tonight. And I want to welcome you and embark with you to a journey of freedom, a journey of my freedom, your freedom, and our freedom. How many of you would like that? Why do you care about freedom?
Freedom means for me that I can work with who I want, where I want, and location freedom, that I can have my laptop is my office, travel the world, and most importantly, that I can bring an impact in somebody else's life.
Stand up if you feel free. I want you to reflect. Why did you stand up or why didn't you?
I'm actually going to my freedom. I'm working on it on a very good level, together with Sophia, but also with everybody around who's around here, working to my freedom and enjoying it.
How close are you to your ultimate definition of freedom?
I'm moving in the right direction, I think. But with Sophia, what she's doing and teaching, I think I can teach other villa owners in the future.
If I design my life in a way that feels good to me, that's when I win. I am the architect of my own freedom. Freedom is not a destination.
It is a way of being.
I am free to live,
To explore
and to create.
the life of my dreams.
I am free.
3, 2, 1.
Stand up if you feel free.
We can still improve, but
Thank you. And reflect. It's not a good thing if you stand up or if you don't, but what matters is what you do from this very moment. In this video, this was about a month and a half ago in Amsterdam, where I'm based, and I did my private event for my community and clients to celebrate my first book, The Freedom Office. So I was in a room full of people that trust me, and trust their future in my hands working with me. And for me, it was a celebration because, as you've heard in the video, before I built the freedom, I moved from Greece to London. I was psychologist by background, studied in University of Athens, and I moved to the UK to do my first master's in executive coaching. Very expensive. I come from Greece. So I studied, got my degree. I did a postgraduate diploma in HR, and I could not get a job. I was getting toilet paper from work because I could not afford to buy it. I was eating noodles every single day, calling my parents, pretending I'm fine, because how am I going to tell them that they sacrificed everything for me to be a failure? How many of you felt that you are disappointing someone from your environment? How many of you have felt that you can do a little bit more, but things are just not working out? Thank you. Thank you for being honest. And I felt exactly that. I was waking up 4 a.m. to deliver sandwiches. I was hired for an HR role, but I ended up doing catering. And fast forward, I moved to the Netherlands. I got into the corporate life, ticked all the boxes, bought the apartment, got the promotion, head of HR within a couple of years, tripled my yearly gross, and I was getting panic attacks. I was unhappy. I was burned out. I was hating my life. And that was my signal that I can do something more. Because we are wrongly taught that we are our CV. You are not as good as your degrees or your qualifications or your job title. How many of you here have a business? Thank you. How many of you are thinking to start one? Good luck. How many of you are employed in a job? Fantastic. Thank you. So I'm talking about building a brand, but behind the Sophia, I want to really show you who am I. I am not my degrees. I am not my business. First of all, I am a daughter. I grew up only with my dad. When I was 5 days old, I was separated from my mom, and my father did everything in his power to raise me and raise me strong. I'm doing my best, showing up every day. And when I was 5 years old, the best thing happened to me. I started doing martial arts. I know I may not look like it, but I am a world champion in Korean martial arts and Korean weapons. I specialize in the short knife, the dagger. And I've learned one thing. I have lost way more times than I have won, but because I showed up, this made me a world champion. And I care about people. I'm passionate about everyone being so different, and that's why I studied psychology, and I'm passionate about business, because my number one value is freedom. And everything that I do and everything that I'm going to talk about today has that anchor of being able to be right here, right now, while my business runs. It's all about that. So think of an important decision that you took. Maybe moving to Alicante, maybe becoming a digital nomad, starting your business, doesn't matter what it is. What made you take that decision? What made you?
Freedom.
Thank you, freedom. What else?
Life is short.
Life is short. Yes, thank you. Self-reflection. Beautiful. Quality of life.
Just happiness.
Happiness. Joy.
Wanting something more.
Wanting something more. Fantastic. Thank you. So we are usually in this crossroad and deciding, should I do this or should I do that? Should I put myself out there or should I not? What others are going to think? Is my decision going to make others happy? wrong? Is your decision making you happy? And I'm here to talk about branding. So why am I sharing all that? First of all, wisdom that is not mine. What is a brand? What is a brand? Your brand is what others are saying when you are not there. This is your brand. And I want to take that one step further. Your brand is how people feel when they hear your name, your product, your service. It's how you make them feel. So you can have a personal brand. Each and every one here, whether you are employed, whether you're studying, you have your own business, you represent yourself today. So how are you showing up? I want to acknowledge each and every one of you. It's Wednesday. You could have been doing anything else, but you're here. Right? This means that you care about something. What is it that you care about?
Self.
Yourself? Fantastic. Learning? Earning? Why not? We're building the business. Let's make some money. Connecting? Yes. Traveling more. Thank you. So have you ever reflected, how do you and your presence make others feel? Do you help others ground, find solutions, feel supported, feel empowered? I bet that each and every one of you has so much to give, and you are your brand. So let's agree that whatever I'm going to share today, we start with that principle. You are a brand. You may be building one, you may be building multiple brands, and it all goes down to your values, your belief system, and how you present yourself and make others feel. We all come from different places, right? Does one culture make us luckier? No. I may have a head start in life, or you may have a head start in life, but it's all about how we show up. So that was my decision, to stop thinking about getting the next job title and going out there to serve others and build my coaching business. And believe it or not, because I may have some imposters in the room, people that they think they're not ready yet, they need a little bit more experience, a little bit more knowledge. I was that. I had the master's in executive coaching, and I felt incapable of coaching someone. I was embarrassed to present myself as a coach because I didn't feel good enough. Anyone else guilty? Thank you. Thank you. So let's talk a little bit about why brands fail. Why do businesses fail? First thing here, trying to speak to everyone. Thinking that if your message is so broad, it's going to serve more people. That is wrong. And I see most of my clients struggling with that. They want to, and it comes from a place of love. You want to serve as many people as possible, but if you do not become clear, you cannot do that. Then, being inconsistent. Changing your message, changing your hat, changing your role every single week. Today, I am a brand strategist. Tomorrow, I am a social media expert. The next day, let me try something with e-commerce. The day after, let me do real estate. Then I can be a mindset coach and then a business coach. Identify something, become better, but stick with it. You're going to develop. I had a very successful mindset community and a subscription with 200 active clients. And I killed it a year and a half ago when I decided to serve more entrepreneurs and coaches. But it's progression. It's not inconsistency. And then Many people care about visibility, which matters, but they get hooked into a game of virality. How many people are going to watch my content? How many people are going to like my pictures? This is killing your brand, because visibility does not equal credibility, and visibility does not equal sales, clients, or growth. You need a system in order to turn the eyeballs into clients. Just a brand that is visible doesn't mean that it's going to stay for a long time, right? And huge pain point, not asking for your value. How many times did you feel that you did something and you were not paid enough for it? Raise your hand if this week you had this feeling. Thank you. Oh my God, I had this feeling unlimited times. Unlimited times. So for your brand to grow, you need to also expand your capacity to receive, to ask for your value, and to hold that. And it's not an easy thing, but it is very, very important, especially if you have a mission-driven business that you want to help. You may get lost into the game of, yeah, I want to help others. I cannot ask for money. But you can do charity work, but your brand and your business is not a charity. And it's not a hobby. Quitting too soon is another one. Why, and I'm speaking about coaches because this is my space and my expertise. Why aren't there many 20K a month, 100K a month, 200K a month coaches out there? Because most of them, they don't stay around for more than 2 years. People think that after 5 Instagram posts, people are just going to run to buy their service. Well, no, that's not how it works. And you have to identify the transformation that you're offering. So this is me in Zanzibar. This is when I did the photo shoot of my book. And that freedom, building the brand, allowed me to be back home in Greece with my family and also grow my business into multiple 5-figure days. And I'm sharing this for perspective because, as I mentioned, I come from Greece. When I was studying, I was a waitress in London to pay for my studies. And in Greece, I was making €3 an hour. I was making €3 an hour. My family combined, 2 people, educated. My father is an ex-military person, and my stepmom is a teacher. They make less than 21,000 euros a year combined in Greece. So for me, building my brand is more than just monetizing, is responsibility towards my family. Imagine how you can change the world if you put yourself out there, your talent, your genius, your skills, and then you can give back to the ones that you love, right? So if I have a message for you today is stop underplaying yourself. Play bigger. It's your time to go from local to global. When I started taking myself seriously, things shifted. Here I am receiving an award from the royal families, from one of the sheikhs in United Arab Emirates for my work in health and well-being. Behind the scenes of all the amazing life on stage, I love being in Ethiopia, teaching in a school, doing my charity projects in Asia, because this fills my heart. Deep down, I'm a teacher. I just want to be there and share the message of possibility. So stop playing small. Because there are 2 types of people. Do you know which ones they are? The one that takes ownership of their situation, of the good and the bad, and in the one who does what?
Oh,
Say it loud, please.
blames others.
Blames others. Thank you. The victim. So which one are you? Are you the leader or the victim?
The leader.
Which one are you, please? Louder. Thank you. It's a choice. Everything in life, it's a choice. It's a decision that you can take. And right now, we are very lucky. Technology, creator economy is a multi-billion-dollar market. And check the dates. We haven't even begun. If you think that you're late, you're not. You're early, but that window is closing, right? So the creator economy, the personal brand economy is going to be the backbone of economy. The way that we view brands is changing, and you have tremendous power in your hands. I was in Vietnam a few weeks back, and I was talking about the golden goose. Have you heard the story of the golden goose?
Yes.
So you have this golden goose, and every morning, if she's happy, she does what? She lays a golden egg. And I brought the egg from the breakfast and I showed everyone. And I want to tell you that you've heard that wrong. It's not about having the golden goose. You are the golden goose. Back in the days, we would have, you know what these are? Business cards, right? Right now, you are your business card, your brand. So you have the power to create something. But be careful, because if you build that business and brand based on exchanging your time for money, you're not going to go very far. You're not going to go global, right? You can scale as much if you can only exchange your time for money. What is that? Say that louder. A whole brand, we know the name based on this tiny item. This was created almost 100 years ago. Same product. I don't know if my Danish is good, but it comes from the word let godt, which means let's play. So one product never changed. It's exactly the same thing. It's recognized, right? You saw it, you knew what it is. So this is the secret to success for your brand. Be very specific, become very, very good in something, stick to that, and make it visible and recognizable, and believe in it. So I talk about building that brand, and the zone of genius, your power, lies in the intersection of doing what? What helps others? What do people need? It's not only about you. Your brand should serve someone. It's not about ego, it's about service. So what helps people find that? And then look within you. What is it that you know? Do people come to you with questions? And what do they ask? Because sometimes you may be surprised by your power and what you actually know. And knowing something, it doesn't mean that you need to know everything about it, as long as you educate yourself more and more, right? So don't wait to be perfect. And of course, fun and joy. I love being here. Like, nobody told me, oh, you have to show up there. It was like, oh my God, I'm going to Alicante. I love that. Even if I don't sleep for a day and I travel 30 hours, this gives me joy. So I keep doing that. So what is your genius? What is your genius? What is that power that you have that no one else in this room has?
Myself.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you. So bring that out, share it with the world. We are all so different, and that's a blessing. That's a blessing. And every brand doesn't resonate with everyone. So there's someone out there that is looking for you. Someone is searching right now in Australia, in Mexico, in India, all over the world for your product or service. But if your brand is not out there, how are they going to find you? If your message is not out there, how are they going to recognize you, communicate with you? So genius is not about being the smartest in the room. On the contrary, I love being in rooms that I am the most dumb. This is when I know that I am in the right room. Genius is about what?
Solving problems.
And the bigger the problem, the better. The bigger the brand, bigger the solution, the payout, the impact, right? So it's all about solving problems. People pay for what?
Help.
For help? What else? Solutions,
Support.
support, results. They pay for speed, right? If I want something faster, of course I'm going to buy a shortcut. They pay for ease, right? Oh, I love to give my clothes and have someone do my laundry, right? So I'm going to pay for that ease. Think of takeaway. You don't want to go to the supermarket, do groceries, and cook, just like Uber Eats. You pay for that ease. So take that principle of solving problems and reflect on your product or service, on your brand, and create something that solves problems for others. And I find this very, very funny and interesting. People want to be the butterfly and be shiny and fly, but they do not want to go through the process of being in the cocoon. They don't want to do the work. They think that, oh my God, what is the easiest way and the shortcut for me to show up and be the best? That's not how it works. Mastery takes time. Mastery takes time and a lot of failure. So if there are three things that can really make a difference when you're building your brand and you want to take it for a smaller level to a bigger one, is your message. How clear is your message? If you would describe yourself, your brand, your service in few words or to a 5-year-old child, would they understand? If it's too long or too complicated, probably you need to do some work there, right? Then your offer. Your offer. I do believe that you should always have an offer ready. Be ready. You never know. I hope that all of you are networking during the coffee breaks and all these days, because opportunities like this, being in Alicante Nomad Summit, are rare. You have a powerful opportunity. Don't waste it. Connect with people. Listen to them. And an offer should serve the person, not you. It's not about what you want to be selling. It's about what others need to solve their problem. And then you need systems. And this may sound a little bit boring because nobody builds the brand for the systems, but this is how you're going to scale. Right now, I'm here on a Wednesday. My team is all over the world doing their part for my coaching business to be running, because doing it alone is impossible. Impossible. I'm running programs that I have many clients in cohorts. I cannot do that by myself if I don't have an amazing team of diverse talent and diverse skills to be supporting me. It's impossible. So your message, your offer, and systems. You may need to start in one of the three, but start today. Don't leave it for tomorrow. And I would like to leave you with some practical lessons on how to grow your business across borders. And lesson number 1, your message must survive translation. You can be speaking in your language. If nobody understands, nobody's going to connect with you. Your brand is about, what did we say before? It's about how others feel. If they cannot connect with you, they're not going to stick in your world. They are never going to buy. So make sure you translate your message properly. And trust is built differently. Don't only judge by your own lens or your own culture, your own way of upbringing. When I'm doing, for example, I was head of HR and I had to open our very first office. I was working for a Dutch startup. We were opening our first office in China. Oh God, that was 2 different worlds. And trust is built very differently. So invest in understanding the person in front of you. It's not about you only talking. Listen. 80%, 85%, even 90%, just be the listener. Great listeners are the ones who connect the most. Then, if I had to give you one advice, it would be that. Become very, very good in one thing. This is mastery. Mastery does not take an hour. Mastery takes hundreds, thousands of hours, years. When I was fighting martial arts, I did not go straight away to the black belt. I started 5 years old. I got white, yellow, orange, green. Then I'm ready. I'm 11. I'm getting ready. I give my exam for my black belt. I failed. I cried so much that day. And I went back the next year and I practiced again. And for me to be here today, in the past year, I volunteered behind the scenes as a crew to more than 10 5-day events as a crew. Because if you don't understand the behind the scenes, you're never going to be the best. So in your respective industries, do the groundwork, understand everyone. So then when you build your brand, you're more respected and you can understand how things work. And then the last one, I think it's the last one, yeah. Your story is a gold mine. I cannot stress that enough. And your story can travel. Your story is portable. Your story can be in Alicante today and in Greece tomorrow and in the Philippines the day after, in the United States. It can be everywhere. So create that story, learn how to storytell, and that will be the missing piece of your puzzle. And you may need to choose your direction today, next week, next month, but make sure that the decision that you take comes from within you, from your genius, not from what the world thinks or what others are going to think, but from your true power. So thank you for today. Thank you for listening to me. We have some time. Thank you. We will have some time for questions. And how I see branding and building your brand is about creating that legacy in motion. And as I promised, I have a little gift for you. If you're interested in building an offer that comes from within you, you can scan the QR code. It will be for free for you as a little gesture of giving back to Alicante Nomad Summit. Are there any questions?
What is the gift?
Oh, Monetize Your Genius is my program, is my signature program of building an offer and monetizing your brand.
Hi, Sophia. Thanks very much for that. That was great. I've sat through a lot of these, but really your energy and your professionalism was really noticeable. So it resonated with me.
Thank you.
Thank you. I wanted to come because I was taking notes and trying to think of a couple of things when you were talking. And one was you said you had a master's in coaching, but you didn't feel you were a coach, and then you went into working in the corporate world. But there was a lack of either experience or confidence. And later you showed the butterfly, which I see a lot in because I work in business transformation, and they all talk about this caterpillar to butterfly. I'm wondering whether when you're the caterpillar, you're doing the work. You're eating, you're getting bigger, you're growing. When you're in the cocoon stage, you're actually learning, reflecting, transforming, and building your confidence. And then you become the butterfly. So I just wanted to say that you've got a great kind of model there, but I think you could expand it to say the cocoon is actually when you had your master's in coaching, but you needed to go through a period of time before you could fly. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, thank you. What is your name?
Chris.
Chris, thank you, Chris. Oh, you said a lot in this short statement. Of course, it goes both ways. You cannot build confidence until you do something, but you cannot really get the experience if you do not put yourself out there. So it's hand in hand, goes hand in hand, and there are multiple levels. Sometimes, especially if you want to become an expert in your field, you need to be part of different processes for a very long time, right? So for me, in the beginning, my mind entered the brand new world of coaching. I could not get it. And it was not until few years later, I started working with my own coach and working on my own limiting beliefs and my own behavioral patterns, and peeling off the onion of everything that I thought I knew, but I knew nothing, and I still know nothing. So it goes hand in hand. So we have many cocoon phases for multiple areas of our lives, and that's so important.
I think it's really important because I'm going through a redefinition now, and I think I might be forced into a break through parent with microphone. But I also think of the head of Apple, 4 or 5 years ago. It's really difficult to qualify here. Really.
The most valuable, probably, because sometimes things happen. Some call it God, universe, synchronicity, call it however you want in your world, but things come to you and they make you stronger and who you are today. So see them as blessings and course correct, reflect, and take action. Yeah, thank you, Chris.
Hello, thank you for your talk. It was very inspiring. How about if we are multi-talented and we have different passions? What we should do then?
Thank you. Excellent question. We are multi-talented, right? We are multi-talented. Well, if you're building your brand or your business, there are a lot of elements of you that they're coming in there, but sometimes you also need to take a decision. I also have a passion for sports. I create and wellness. I created even a retreat brand, but I had to take that decision that, my passion, my business is around leadership development. And of course, I bring my values and all these elements. So identify your talents and see what makes the most sense, because your business should reflect you, but at the same time, you may be doing something completely different. And that's why we should live, right? And if you can manage to fit that lifestyle with everything around you, that's a win. But it doesn't necessarily mean that all your talents and your skills should be there. I love cooking. I like cooking Greek food, but it's not part of my business model, right? Thank you.
Probably one last question from anyone.
Do we need microphone or just speak loudly? Yeah.
Speak up.
Here you are.
On this cocoon story with the butterfly, I noticed that sometimes people do a lot of work in the cocoon stage and it's not bringing some result, and they wait for something to happen when all the efforts materialize in the result. So it's butterfly will appear. But in reality, there are a lot of actions which are like noise. So it's actions, but not actually value added. actions. And I see like all the time similar sort of mistakes when, for example, instead of going to the area where already there are many clients, they try to create their website and bring the clients. So the idea is first to go where the clients are. Second, they try to invent something without actually proving it works. So instead of just picking up what works and just copy improving it. So my question is, do you provide some like shortcuts, especially in our AI time, when you can basically find the concept which already proved clients, brand which already have a lot of trust. Research was what are the improvement areas there, and just shortcut this because nobody likes to be. Everybody wants butterfly, but nobody likes this stage. Can you actually shortcut and basically say, guys, we don't need anymore that stage, nasty stage. We go straight to the butterfly. We just pick up what works, we go where the clients, we copy, shamelessly copy, improve, and then we go like no noise, but just focus on things which works. Because I've seen so much time when people just end up doing a lot of noise activities while it's possible to go straight to the butterfly. Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you. Thank you for asking. So the business principles have been universal since the beginning of times, especially since you're talking about business. You should have a product market fit. So if there is a hungry crowd that is looking for that solution, of course, your product is going to win, right? So of course, the cocoon and a butterfly, it's not always true in all cases. Think of COVID, right? If someone had started that mask business, of course they would outsell. But if you are looking into building something that lasts and it's mission driven, I would argue that you will need to do the work behind the scenes, but you can accelerate the path. You can hire an amazing team. You can work on and do the right things, take decisions, A/B test, don't be afraid to try. And it's all about reflection and decision making. And if something is working, double down on that. If something does not work, then change your direction. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sophia, and very enlightening. Thank you. My takeaway from that it's a brand that transcends cultures, markets, and borders. And we need to be intentional about it. We need to be intentional about leadership. And for me, that is by leading a life by design and not by default. Thank you very much, Sophia. Thank you.